Everybody, just gonna wait until everybody joins in, or as many people as possible join in. But today we are doing a free ebook giveaway for any purchase that you make in the ebook store today. You're going to get a free 30-day success journal. So we're going to send that to you. So once you get any one of the ebooks in our ebook store, I'm going to send you that 30-day success journal, which I believe is going to change your life. Every 6 months, I encourage people to do the 30-day success journal because it'll definitely help you. Today, I want to talk about something else too, and it's going to be centered around relationship success, right? There are so many people who are challenged in relationships, and man, sometimes they just don't know what to do, when to do it, how to do it, the whole 9 yards, and it can be very, very challenging. You know, what should you do? You have your heart strings tied to somebody. What should you do if it's not working, right? How do you know if it's not working? How long do you think you should, hang on to the relationship? Or is it time for you to, as one of the books in the bookstore says, is it time for you to move on? Is this the right time? I've experienced this in my own life. And I've had to make some decisions in my own life about relationships. And I can remember in some of those relationships, before I found the love of my life, some of those relationships, it was pretty simple. Number one, I was asking myself, is this the right time? Because, if I leave this relationship, am I going to be able to find someone else, right? Am I going to be able to find someone else that's better or what have you? That's always a challenge, right? We ask ourselves that question. Am I going to find someone else who is as good as what you're doing, as good as this person is? Another thing is we want to know, have we given it our all, right? Have we done everything that we could do to make sure this relationship, is working? We ask ourselves that question. So we're trying to make a decision about, is this the right time or is it not the right time? Is what they have done so bad, or, am I going to experience that with someone else? And all of those things are valid questions, right? The one question that I always tell people that they need to ask themselves is this: if nothing changes in this person's behavior for the rest of my life, would I be okay with spending the rest of my life with this person? That's the question that we have to ask ourselves. If nothing changed, would I be willing to spend the rest of my life with this person? If the answer to that question is yes, it's not as bad. It's not so bad that I can't deal with it, right? Maybe your relationship is, you're not having as much intimacy as you would like. Maybe you would like it more. Maybe you would like for that person to spend more time with you, or what have you, right? Maybe you want somebody who is more of a provider, or you want somebody to support you more. The question is that a deal breaker or not? And you have to ask yourself that question. And the way you know if it's a deal breaker is you ask this question: if nothing changed about this person, not one thing, can I live with this for the rest of my life? There's another thing that I struggled with too when I was trying to make decisions about relationships, and it's this: have I done everything that I can, and is this problem really a problem that I've created? Right? Is it something inside of me? Because pain is an indication that there's a problem somewhere. So because I am optimistic, I always ask myself, okay, I'm feeling this pain in the relationship. Is it something that I need to fix? Is it something that I need to adjust? Am I just being petty? Is it about nothing, right? That's the question I had to ask myself. And is it something that I can change so that the relationship can be more fulfilling, more satisfying, and so on and so forth, right? You have to ask yourself that question. So that was something that I really needed to work with respect to myself. If the answer, you have to be honest with yourself. If you return an answer of it's not me, you got to make a choice. So if you want to get a copy of an ebook, right, I want you to go to the link in my bio and I want you to click on the ebook store. If you purchase a book today, right, today, doing this live right now, I will send you a free copy of the ebook, The 30 Days to Success Journal. You get that for free. I will make sure that our team sends that to you. So when you buy any one of the books in the bookstore today, your email address will come along with that, and we will email you a free ebook copy of the 30 Days to Success Journal. You do not have to pay for that today. We're going to give that to you for free. And I encourage you to go through that, because in 30 days, your entire life will change. If you just follow the steps in that book, your entire life will change. Well, you say, well, Dan, well, how is that possible? Here's how. Your life right now is the sum total of your thinking. Your life right this very second is the sum total of your thinking. So your actions follow your thoughts, right? If you don't change your thinking, nothing in your life will change, because your actions are a direct result of your thoughts. Okay. So, but if you change your thinking, your actions will change, right? Watch this. Poverty is not about a lack of money. There is a root cause to us not having money, right? And it is our relationship to money, how we think about it, what our thought is regarding it, right? So it doesn't matter whether you were born poor or what have you. Some people who are born wealthy end up poor because their relationship to money is horrible. Some people who are born poor become rich because their relationship to money changed. Let's talk about relationships. If you have come from a broken home where maybe your parents were not together, or maybe you were part of a family where there was a revolving door of people in there, and you didn't get an understanding, that was normal to you, that could probably happen in your life, but you could change that. Dan, how do I change it? If you change your thinking about relationships, right? If you can get another example from somewhere else, you can change the future of your relationships too. You could change your entire life, but you got to change your thinking first. The 30 Days to Success Journal, which I will give to you for free. If you purchase any ebook in the ebook store today, I will give that ebook to you for free. It will change your life. So you're going to buy a book today, an ebook today. It could be It's Time to Move On. It could be Watch Your Mouth. It could be any one of the ebooks in the ebook store. And then what we will do is we will send you a copy of the 30 Days to Success Journal for free. Now, if you purchase the 30 Days to Success Journal, you say, well, I want the 30 Days to Success Journal, then we will send you one of the other ebooks for free. We will choose one of the ebooks and we will send you another one of those ebooks. Okay, so to get the ebooks, to go to the ebook store, all you have to do is click the link in my bio. It'll take you directly to the Etsy store. You can purchase that book right now, and then that book will come to you. You can also go to Amazon, and you could just type in my name, Daniel Smiley. You'll see all of the ebooks there as well. But I tell people I prefer them to just go to the Etsy store. It's easy. When you purchase it today, it will download to whatever digital device it is that you have, and you can start reading that book today. Okay? And that's important. So let's talk about your relationships. Let's talk about relationship success. What makes for a successful relationship? And that's different for everybody, right? I asked a question the other day, and that was, would you be willing to give up your dreams for the right one? Would you be willing to drop your dreams for the right one? And That question was prompted because I was having a conversation with somebody that I work with, and she was having challenges with relationships, and it was all about what she can get to from the relationship, not what she can give to the relationship, right? And she was talking to me about. I asked her why did her last relationship end. She says because this guy cheated, and I said, how did you know he cheated? And she went the long way around to tell me, well, I checked his phone. I saw that he was having conversations with a couple of ladies, and so on and so forth. Then I asked the question, why did you check his phone? What made you check his phone? Because if you have to check a person's phone, that means you have issues of trust, right? And what happens if you don't find anything? Then what does that mean? That means that this person has either not displayed the level of trust necessary for you, or you just have issues that you are carrying along from your past in your current relationship, right? You have unresolved relationships issues in your life, or that person has not gone out of the way to be open enough in some cases to show you that, hey, I can be trusted and you don't have to check my phone. My wife and my wife can check my phone anytime. I don't care. I can check hers. She knows my passcode. I know hers. And that's just how it is. Ain't always been like that in all of my relationships, but that's how it is, because there is a level of trust in the relationship where that is not an issue. Okay. So that could be a situation that you're dealing with. In my ebook, It's Time to Move On. There's 5 relationship deal breakers that let you know it's time to go. 5 relationship deal breakers that let you know it's time to go. That ebook you can get in the ebook store. And it started off by saying some decisions are a lot more challenging than other decisions in relationships, right? It's very, very challenging. Learning to let go of somebody, learning to move on from somebody, that could be a challenge. You've invested time in this person. You've invested energy in this person. You're trying to make a decision about whether this person is the right person for you long term or not. Maybe you have a child with this person, right? Whether you're a man or the woman. And you're trying to make a decision about whether or not this is the right person for you, or if it's the right time, or if there has been enough going on in the relationship that makes you say, you know what? This is just not worth it. Well, this ebook helps you to understand the thought process that you potentially need to go through, you have to go through this process in order to understand that if these things have happened, and there are always red flags or deal breakers in every relationship when you know it's not going to go, and you can't ignore those red flags or those deal breakers. You can't, because if you do, the end result is typically going to be the same anyway. Okay. Here is one of the chapters in the book that I tell people that you need to pay attention to. This is a deal breaker. If you're in a relationship, right, and your happiness has left you. Now, I'm going to explain what happiness is, okay? If your happiness has left you, then it's probably time for you to make a different decision. Now, what is happiness? The other person is not responsible for you being happy. They're not. You are responsible for your own happiness. Happiness is a state of contentment. It means no matter where you are, no matter what's going on in a relationship, you are content. You are good. When that happiness, that contentment has left you, you have to evaluate that relationship that you're in, because it might not be the right one. You could be forcing it. And that benefits nobody. That benefits no one. If happiness has left you, I'm not talking about, just some arbitrary. I'm talking about you have tried over and over again. You've had conversations and you're just not happy. You're not content in that relationship. It may be time for you to go. In the second chapter, I talk about if you have no peace. So I just talked to you. I just said there was a person that I was working with, and she was in this relationship with the person, and she felt the need to go check his phone because she wanted to make sure that he wasn't cheating. She didn't have any peace in the relationship. There was no peace. Okay? Peace is the absence of chaos. Peace is the absence of chaos. And I agree that gratefulness does breed or bring happiness. And I say, and by the way, the only person that can make you happy is you. And you know more than anybody else what makes you happy. So you have to make sure that you are content, right? In the relationship that you're in. Now, peace. What is peace? Peace is the absence of chaos. I was in a long-term marriage. And I can say for the entirety of that marriage, there was very little peace. Again, let me say that again because I want to stick on this point. Peace is the absence of chaos. It's the absence of confusion. It's not the absence of disagreement, because in relationships, you're going to disagree. But when the relationship is chaotic, you're always fighting for something that you say you want and that they've agreed they're going to give, but it's not happening. Peace is the absence of chaos. And if you're in a relationship and it is constantly chaotic, there's all kinds of stuff that's going on in the relationship where you're like, oh my God, it's always something. You don't even want to come home from work, right? You don't want to even reside or stay in the same room with this person for an extended period of time because they're going to do something to try to destroy your peace. In the ebook, It's Time to Move On, I talk about that. And that, for me, I lived with that for 25 years. Now, people ask me the question, well, Dan, why did you stay so long? Here's why. I had 3 sons. And I made a decision that I was not going to allow my sons to grow up without their father in the house. I was not going to allow my sons to grow up without a father in the house, their father in the house. So I was willing to sacrifice my life for the sake of my sons so that single mother fatherlessness was not perpetuated with my kids. Period. That's why I stayed. Okay. But I can say from almost the very beginning of the relationship, peace was trying to be stripped away. Now I'm a pretty optimistic guy. I'm positive. And I call it like it is. Sometimes, and by the way, you can't make a person chaotic. I'll give you an example. I was in a relationship once where a person cheated on me. I didn't go left. I didn't get all upset. I made a simple request. That person decided that they would not honor that request. So the next day, it was a 3-year relationship. So the next day, I left. I was gone. Never to see that person ever again in my life. That relationship for 3 years oftentimes was full of chaos. So if you're in a relationship with somebody and they are just, they always causing some kind of problem. It's always something wrong with something. Always something wrong with something, right? You have to ask yourself, is this person trying to strip me of my peace, right? Because you could be sitting there just doing it's nothing you could do that's right. You cook, you clean, you go to work, you take out the trash, you take care of the kid, you do all kinds of stuff. And that person always going to find something that's wrong with you. In my ebook, It's Time to Move On, the 5 relationship deal breakers that let you know it's time to go. I talk about this in chapter 2. Never let people take your peace from you. When I was a young man, when I was in my early 20s, you feel like you got you got 150,000 years to live. My perspective was a little different, but I'm 56. Okay. And there are some things that you realize, man, you're just not going to put up with it. You're not, because you realize when you get to a certain age, life is too short to be dealing with that BS. It's too short. Okay. And one of the things that I refuse to deal with, and one of the things that you should not deal with, is you should not be in a chaotic or toxic situation. If the person is always bringing up something to try to strip your peace, you got to make a decision about whether you want to live like that for the rest of your life. If you don't, then as the book title says, it's time to move on. And that is, yes, whether you have children with that person or not, whether you're in some sort of business relationship with that person or not, whether you've been with that person like I have been for 25 years or not, it doesn't matter. Don't let people steal your peace. Okay? Again, peace is defined as the absence of chaos. And there are some people who are just habitually messy. And you can live a life where you don't have that chaos in it. I live that kind of life. My wife and I have disagreements, right? But you can be agreeable even with respect to those disagreements. In our house, we made a commitment, right? And that commitment was she would take care of the inside, meaning she would design the entire inside. I would still have to do, the heavy lifting, painting, all that good stuff. And I would take care of the outside, designing the outside landscaping, the whole 9 yards. And many times, this is me, many times I try to sneak in some design ideas into the house. And she'll look at me like, baby, that's not what we agreed to. That's not your part. And it doesn't matter how much I lobby, how much I made a commitment to her that this was her thing. And she's much better at it than I am. And that I would do the outside. And so a person who is chaotic will try to argue about all of those points. Well, I know that's what we said, but it's my house. No, I made an agreement and I'm going to live with and stick to that agreement. And I am not going to create chaos for the sake of being chaotic. Okay. What if you love this person? Should you move on? What if you love this person? Should you accept what? No, you should not. Love has nothing to do with it. Now, I'm going to explain to you what the definition of love is. Love is a sacrificial action, or way of being towards someone without any expectation of a return. That's what love is. Love does not expect anything back. So you can love someone and still leave them. If they are making your life more difficult, a living hell, or hectic just because of the way they are, right? You go to work, they go to work. You come home, you're trying to make it a nice, peaceful, calming place for them, and they come home with a lot of BS. always something. They always find fault with something. Always. Always find fault with something. That person is trying to strip you of your peace. In chapter 3 of the book, it's time to move on. Remember, if you go to the e-store and purchase any book today, any book, I will send you the 30-day success journal for free. We'll email it to you. It's an ebook. You'll have both. Okay, so if you purchase any book in the e-store today, I will send you the 30-day to success journal for free. If you purchase the 30-day success journey, 30 days to success journal, then I will send you one of the ebooks. The name of the book I'm talking about today is called It's Time to Move On. 5 relationship deal breakers that let you know it's time to go. And by the way, that book is in the ebook store, and some other ebooks are in the ebook store. One is called Watch Your Mouth. There are things that you're saying every single day that's causing you to have limited success. There are things that you are saying right now. You say it on a consistent basis. It just comes out of your mouth. One of them is, I can't. The moment you say, I can't, right, your brain stops looking for a solution. So that's an ebook. It's Time to Move On is another ebook. Go to the ebook store, click the link in the bio. This is the book I'm discussing today, chapter 3. It's time to move on in a relationship when there is no more respect in the relationship. Now, let me explain to you what I mean. Respect means to honor, to hold in high esteem. I honor my wife. I honor my mother. I honor my manager, right? You hold them in high esteem. You don't put them on a pedestal. You hold them in high esteem. You respect them, right? When respect has left the relationship and there is no more honor, no more consideration for who you are, no more respect, no more consideration for who you are as a person, right? You're now being treated like an animal almost, right? You are being treated in a disrespectful way. When there is no more honor, when you are no longer being held in high esteem, when you are no longer being respected, that's a character issue with the other person. Because a person can do you bad, but respecting their position is something that we should do, right? We should honor them. Like, you're not going to allow your child, or you shouldn't allow your child to disrespect their grandmother or grandfather, honorable adult. I mean, it's just, you don't do that, right? That's just a simple example. An entry-level person is not going to come into a company and disrespect a director, right? It's just that you hold that they have that position for a reason. And if you're in a relationship, you're the man, they're the woman, or vice versa, right? If you're in that relationship, you should respect that person. When that respect has left, meaning they are just treating you like whatever, it's time to go. I was in a relationship one time where I didn't leave the relationship. I didn't leave it immediately. I should have. This was a red flag. Where my mother came to visit us, and this person was so disrespectful to me in front of my mom. I don't know why I didn't walk out on that person that night. Was disrespectful. Did not hold my position in the relationship in high esteem. There was no respect, no honor. And where there is no honor, there is no commitment. Okay, so you got to make a decision. is it time for me to move on? The other thing is, when we are trying to make a decision about leaving, or staying in a relationship, we have to ask ourselves, can I do better? And I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. I did a post the other day that I posted on all of my social media platforms that said, you cannot grab what belongs to you until you let go of what does not belong to you or no longer belongs to you. You got to let it go. You have to let it go. And if you refuse to let it go, then you are not going to take possession of the thing that actually belongs to you, the good thing that belongs to you. So I'm going to encourage you, if you're in a relationship and it's challenging, that's a professional relationship, a personal relationship, and yes, a family relationship. Even if you're in a family relationship and it is chaotic, think about that. There are siblings, brothers and sisters, in your aunts, uncles, and sometimes parents who try to take your peace as a person. Every time you go around them, they always got some kind of drama going on. Always. At the family reunion, at the family dinner, when you visit them in town, it's always something that's going on with them. They are trying to strip you of your peace. And it doesn't matter. You could be the nicest person, bring bottles of wine and gifts, all that. But when a person when they are just messy, they're going to try to take your peace from you. You have to limit that person's access to you. Even if they're a family member, it doesn't matter because it's your life. You only have one life to live. I want you to understand that. So let's talk about relationships where people are. I'm just going to touch on this briefly because this is a broad subject. But why do people cheat in these relationships? So is it time to go? Why do people cheat? Let me say this, ladies and men, both of you. When you have made the decision that you have the right one in your life, right? Nothing and no one will be worth you losing them. You won't cheat. Nothing will. Because in the back of your mind, you'll say, if I get caught, I'm going to lose this particular person. Nothing. When you realize how good of a person you have, you won't want to cheat. So it doesn't matter how much freedom, how much flexibility you give that person, they just won't do it. This is not going to happen. If it happens, right? One of the reasons why is because they do not honor you. They do not hold you in high esteem. They don't honor you. They don't respect you. That's one of the reasons why. There are many different reasons. But when you hope, I would never, I love my mom, right? I respect her. I hold her in high esteem. I honor her. And she could do something that would make me feel a certain way about her, but I would never go sideways on my mom, ever, because I honor her. I respect her. I would never say anything negative to my wife. I would never, ever say negative, nasty things to my wife. I honor her. I respect her. I hold her in high esteem. I just would never. Now, there's some people, men and women, who can get all of this greasiness. They can get all of it. They say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and I will give them the business. 100%. They will get this attitude. But when I honor someone, when I respect someone, when I hold them in high esteem, that's not possible. It's not going to happen. So in a relationship, when the respect has gone away, when you are no longer a person they hold in high esteem and respect, you can expect some of these kinds of things to happen. And that's just the bottom line. And it doesn't have anything, by the way, cheating has nothing to do with the person who was cheated on. It is a decision that has been made by the person who did it. You can't make me do anything. You can't make them do anything, right? And just because I was cheated on in my last relationship, that didn't make me go cheat. It made me leave. It made me leave. I wasn't going to try to get back at that person. I asked myself the simple question that I talked to you about at the very beginning, and that was, could I live like this for the rest of my life? And the answer was no. So I moved on. That's the title of the book. So go to the ebook store right now, today, only today. If you purchase any ebook in the ebook store, I will send you a copy of the 30 Days to Success Journal for free. I will get your email address and I will email it to you for free. Okay. Both of those books, the books that you buy and the 30 Days to Success Journal, you will be able to start consuming that content right now. If you want your life to change, you must first change your thinking. And the way that you change your thinking is you must begin to put into your thoughts things that are leading you in the direction that you want to go in. If you're not heading in the direction that you want to go in your relationship, in your life, in success, whatever it is, then your problem is a content problem. You have to start to get self-help content, self-help content like these books in the ebook store, so that you can begin to change your thinking so that you can then begin to change your life. Okay. If you don't change your thinking, you can wish, want, desire, pray, stand on your head, jump up and down, sprinkle yourself with water. I don't care what you do. If you don't change your thinking, your life will not, capital N-O-T, it will not change. The only way your life is going to change if you put into your brain, into your mind, into your thinking, those things that you want to become and learn a systematic way about how to get there, and you will get there. If I wanted to get from Texas to Georgia, I can wish it, want it, desire it, scream for it, cry for it, stand on the top of my roof, all jump up and down about I want to be in Georgia. But until I purchase a ticket, put gas in my car, get a bus ticket or something, a plane ticket, a train ticket, or get a ride with somebody going in that direction, I will not get to Georgia unless I take action. Your life will not change until you put into it the necessary information to get you to where you need to go to. So I'm encouraging you, go to the ebook store right now. Get yourself an ebook. If you purchase one of the ebooks today, then I will send you a copy of our 30 Days to Success Journal. There are a couple of ebook titles that you need to be looking out for. The very next ebook title that will be coming out in the next couple of weeks is called Intimidating. 10 Reasons Why People Are So Intimidated by You. I experienced this again the other day. I walked into a client location and this guy kind of pinned me into the corner, and I was like, what is your problem? You know, and I said to him, so first of all, the things that you heard about me are not true. I've been in a relationship with this client for a year. Things that you heard are not true. I don't know who told you that. The person apologized to me, but the insight that I got from a manager was this person is intimidated by you. They're saying those things because you intimidate that person, because you seem to have your stuff together and that person is always in a state of chaos. That ain't my problem. But this book, Intimidating, is going to give you some insights into why people are standoffish, push you back, why they're so short with you, why you intimidate those individuals. Just because of who you are. Sometimes your presence, your aura, just walking into a room, your confidence is evident. and people become intimidated by that. Thank you guys for joining me live today. Continue to come back to my page, share my page with other people. We'll be doing more lives soon. Remember, if you purchase an ebook today, go to the link in my bio. If you purchase an ebook today, I will send you a copy, a free copy of the 30 Days to Success Journal so that you can have it for yourself. Go to the ebook store right now. Click the link in my bio. Thank you. I love you guys so much, and thank you for joining me on this live. Take care.